What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720, and I'm back with another video. If you haven't checked them out, I just did a video about 2 hours ago, and I was talking about EA. With the EA saying there's approximately 55 million next gen consoles inside home. I did a video about that. Check it out. The link will be down in the description. I was basically saying that there's 55 million consoles in the home. Well, how many consoles did Sony and Microsoft ship? Sony said they ship. That doesn't really make any sense. It doesn't really add up, but neither here or there. But I remember back, I say about 2 years ago, the Xbox One came out in 2013. At the beginning of 2014, we started to hear about DirectX 12. And, it was supposed to be this new thing. It was going to change the way that we game, the way that the GPU, and CPU interact with each other. It's supposed to be these big, things. Because, I guess, how should I say, technology, we always get hustled. We buy these multi-core processors, but there's only one core was able to talk to the GPU at a time. And with DirectX 12, all of the cores can converse with the GPU and CPU simultaneously. It's not I go, you go, I go, you go. It's we can all talk, And I told you guys back then that DirectX 12 was coming to the Xbox One. And you guys said, no, how are they going to go back and change the hardware? And I remember it was such a shitstorm. Like, I had people, quote unquote, dedicate their channels like Icy Rhythm, for it was crazy. We were just minding our business, was just doing a podcast, and I said, and all I was saying that back then, like, this is Microsoft just released a console 3 months ago, and here they are announcing a new API. How are they going to release a console? How are they going to release a console? How are they going to release a console 3 months prior and coming out with a new API and their own hardware, not take advantage of their own software? Doesn't make any sense. People said I was stupid. I'm an Xbox, and it was crazy as hell. I'm just going like, that to me just never made any sense. Then I've always told you guys this, and I'm not going to say, like I say, I don't care. You'd be surprised who watches your videos. So that's one thing I will say. You would think people within the industry don't watch our, YouTube channels. You'd be surprised who watches your channel. And I can say this, since I've been doing YouTube, I've met, several people within the industry. There's one thing about me, and there's several developers and stuff follow me. I'm friends with them on Facebook. I don't look at them as celebrities. I don't look at them as regular people. And I'm not saying I'm some celebrity or anything. I know I get 1,000 tweets. And listen, I appreciate all the love. I do. Sometimes it can be a little overbearing, but I try my best to at least, I don't give a care if I say bang, bang, just to say hello back. I get like 1,000 messages right now on my inbox on my Xbox, but I go through them, and I don't care if I say bang, bang. I appreciate the love and support. So that's why I don't tweet a lot of developers and start just giving their piece, unless I really have something to say, or I may DM them, or whatever the case may be, if it's really, really that important. Other than that, just sit back and just bug out like the rest of you guys with this, this console stuff. But anyway, I remember we got so much heat about DirectX 12, and then Phil came out and said, well, not even so much that, and I told you guys before that the Xbox One wasn't complete yet, We now know that, and you listen to what Microsoft said, that it was built with DirectX 12 in mind. Regardless of what Phil said, it's not going to change the hardware in the box, and it's like, it was very encrypted. And I remember Al Pinella was like, "There's no way in hell we would give our biggest competitor, Sony." People were saying the PS4 was 50% more powerful than the Xbox One. He said, "There's no way in hell we would give our biggest competitor a 30% advantage. There are things that are not known about our console is going to come out." And, so they've been holding, like I said, they've been sitting on their hands. It's now 2016, and we're starting to see the benefits of DirectX 12 with games like The Division. It's 1080p also, And, but anyway, back to what I was saying, though. But I told you guys, well, not even so much that, but then you had developers come out and say that their games, all the developers have been praising DirectX 12. It frees up so many frees up so many resources, saves them a lot of time, and you had developers with big, AAA games like from the Batman and the Witcher, and saying that their engine that they use to make their games it can be patched with DirectX 12. So the games that they put out can go back and be patched with DirectX 12. And if you didn't know that, Windows 10, your Xbox One is a Windows 10 device, and your computer is a Windows 10, they share the same DirectX code. There's no difference. So if they patch it on PC, they can patch it on the Xbox One. There's nothing different. It's the same exact code. Now I want to say this. Games that are patched with DirectX 12 won't receive as much, boost. But games built from the ground up with DirectX 12 is going to see, a big improvement. You even had Aaron Greenberg go on a record and say that games that are, built with DirectX 12 that are CPU heavy, like the engines, will see a 50% increase, performance increase boost. Aaron Greenberg, we all know who he is. So on the record is saying this. And, I don't know what it is, like, Sony guys, and, like, whatever the fuck, they have to, I guess, validate their purchase about them having the most powerful console. And, again, just going back to what Mike, said that there's no way we can buy biggest competitor. Now, is the GPU in the Xbox One a little beefier than what's in the PS? I'm sorry, the GPU that's in the PS4 is a little beefier than the GPU that's in the Xbox One. Yes, it is. I'm not negating that. But the GPU in the Xbox One was built and made for DirectX 12. So now, things are starting to come out. Because I did a video, if you haven't seen the video, go by and watch it. I did a video about a list of games that are coming out with, that is using DirectX 12, Hitman, and all these new games, right? All these new third-party games. We say, if the developers have to use DirectX. DirectX is the industry standard. But check this out right here now. How long have I been hyping up Fable Legends? I've been telling you guys a lot of things I haven't said a lot, but, and I'm not going to say any names, but I've been telling you guys about Fable Legends for about 2 years now, right? 2 years, and I promised I wouldn't say anything. But this is an article now, so some of the things. And also, you remember when Project Cars, the developer, said, it's going to see a 30% or 40% boost. He said that in the Xbox One forums. He said that, that, it can receive a 30 or 40% boost. Not on the PC phone, it was talking in the Xbox form. I guess Microsoft reached out to him, and he said, "Oh no, I was just talking about the PC, but this was last year ago." Because, like I said, the Xbox One still had fucking, excuse my French, NDAs on the system. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is not no conspiracy; it's the truth. But anyway, it says here that Fable Legends DX12 up to 40% faster performance. 40% faster using DirectX 12. The Xbox One bar being pushed higher as well. It says Fable Legends will be using DirectX 12. Now, it's using Unreal Engine 4, if you didn't know, and it was later patched. Unreal Engine 4 was patched with DirectX 12. And according to Lionhead Studio director Stuart White, the performance gain from using DirectX 12 is quite a bit, compared to DirectX 11. Like I told you guys before, the Xbox One is not really made for like DirectX 11. It's not. It's kind of like a hindrance until as far as the ESRAM. Now, this is not so much as I understand that the console's already, the API was close to the metal already. I'm not saying about it being close to the metal. It's that all the cores, was supposed to be able to talk with the GPU and the CPU simultaneously. This was the system, was made for. It's a better built machine. I'm assuming everything within the Xbox One is going to be firing on all cylinders. To put it in, not to get too technical in the way it was explained to me, like I was telling Crappin, I believe last year, that they called the Xbox One the DirectX 12 machine. It wasn't last year or year before that. They were saying, the quote developers, whatever the case may be, the people within the loop was calling it a DirectX 12 machine. I heard that I told him about 2 years ago. But I'm not making them lose their job. Like I said, You'll be surprised who watches your videos. But it says, White said in a recent exclusive interview with website Binance ETC, in the interview, Lionhead Studio Director asked why Fable Legends is using DirectX 12. According to White, anything that helps improve the visual quality in the game will be loved by developers and players. By using Microsoft's new DirectX technology, the development team was able to achieve a significant amount of horsepower, resulting in an increased visual fidelity, higher frame rates, improved shadows and effects. White added that depending on the graphics card used, performance improvement up to 40% was achieved compared to using DirectX 12 performance. All right. While Fable Legends was initially announced for the Xbox One, the game will also be released on PC, Windows 10. And he said the Xbox One is going to see huge advantage also. You know what I mean? So for those of you to say that, the Xbox One is not going to receive any type of boost from using DirectX 12, like, that doesn't make any sense. You know how much it frees up in resources if that instead of one core being able to converse with the GPU, all the cores can go. That frees up so many resources. And then they also have what you call the PIX tool. That's for, the ESRAM, whatever the case. It shows developers the best way to go about using the ESRAM to achieve whatever. It picks it out for them. So they, a lot of problems. People were saying there was a problem with the Xbox One with the ESRAM, but now you know what? It was a problem with the ESRAM with as far as DirectX 11, and not with DirectX 12, what the machine was made for. Now, all this goes and tells that the Xbox One probably shouldn't have came out in 2013 because the system, it wasn't in the complete system. But they had to launch, and it's, and not for nothing, it's not Sony's fault. Microsoft probably should have got the ball rolling a little faster, a little earlier, but they got comfortable with their lead as far as, then the Kinect came out, and that was like relaunching the system. But like I said, and again, will DirectX 12 benefit the PC more? I mean, it's an open platform. Of course, the GPUs are more powerful, than someone's rig than what's in the Xbox One. But also, like I said, the Xbox One was built and made for DirectX 12. Like, you guys always like to go, well, Phil Spencer said this, and I remember Rich from UTech, you saying, well, DirectX 12 is not going to do shit for the Xbox One. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? And it's crazy when people and that's quote unquote, I also, like, when Phil was kind of misquoted in that, in that interview that was, probably was either Eurogame or one of those, but he was kind of misquoted, but Microsoft is like, it's like, we're going to let the games talk for themselves. Now, this is a win-win for everybody, like, and you keep, this is crazy as hell, but, I can't wait. I've been telling you guys about Fable Legends forever. It's a pretty game. It's gorgeous, my God. But, again, shall I digress? DirectX 12. Don't be surprised if some games now on the Xbox One will be outperforming, what's on the PlayStation 4. I've told you that shit before, and you guys called me again everything but a child of God. Just watch what I'm telling you. This is your boy NextGen 720. Have a blessed day. Yeah, and if your grandmother is looking for me, tell her I'll be in church tomorrow playing bingo.